Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is Emilio Ramirez. I serve the City of Oxnard as its Housing Director. We are before you to present a planned response to a homeless encampment near Ormond Beach at a private site commonly known as the Slag Pile. Encampment response is a citywide need and continuing effort. Various city departments partner in responding to encampments throughout the city on a regular and continuous basis. The encampment at Ormond Beach is singled out because of its relative size, impact, and occupancy. This report is an update on the encampment response activities that have been done to date, as well as a plan for encampment response at Ormond Beach going forward. Our proposed effort includes the addition of procuring a third party to administer temporary housing assistance to those currently living unsheltered in Oxnard. In August of 2020, the City of Oxnard, including various city departments such as the Oxnard Police Department, Fire, Community Development, Environmental Resources, and in partnership with the County of Ventura and other nonprofit service providers, began providing services and conducting outreach at the large homeless encampment near Ormond Beach. The operation consisted of providing services on site through the end of the calendar year and then assessing timing for eventual clearing and abatement of the site. During this time, the city and our agency partners have engaged with over 40 individuals residing at the encampment to provide medical services as well as practical assistance such as showers, food, and clothing donations, plus engagement with our street outreach team. In addition, a small number of people were placed in shelter, including motels, through Project Roomkey. Staff and partners also talked to people about their shelter and housing needs. By a large majority, those living at the encampment said they would not be interested in entering congregate shelter, but would be interested in single occupancy housing or single occupancy shelter. At last count on December 7, 2020, it is estimated that there are now less than 50 people living at the Slag Pile encampment site. On October 6, 2020, the City Council approved the 2020 Annual Action Plan CARES Amendment, which set forth several proposed activities that conform with the Community Development Block Grant and Emergency Solutions Grant requirements as well as regulatory CARES Act requirements. As part of the Action Plan CARES Act Amendment, Council authorized the utilization of $350,000 of CDBG and ESG COVID funds for homeless encampment response and outreach. As of January 2021, federal and state COVID guidance states that if individuals' housing options are not available, local authorities must allow people who are living in encampments to remain, because clearing encampments can cause people to disperse throughout the community and break connections with their service providers, thus increasing COVID spread potential. It is recommended the City of Oxnard continue the outreach and service provisions at the homeless encampment near Ormond Beach. Once the city has been able to offer viable shelter, the city will clear the site and remove debris. Staff proposes a two-part effort, where the first part includes the following 5 phases. First, determine program eligibility, and if client agrees to participate, sign a consent form and service agreement. Second, the service provider will assist the participant to find temporary housing that is suitable for them. The funds for temporary housing will be administered by the service provider. The service provider will provide supports to the program participant. Third, the service provider will assist the participant to get document ready and apply for permanent housing, including through the Oxnard Housing Authority. Fourth, once a participant has been matched with this voucher or with a permanent housing option, the service provider will assist with the housing search. Fifth, once a participant has moved into housing, the service provider will continue to provide services and support to that person for 6 months. After this first part, the city departments will effort to clear the remaining debris. In order to provide single occupancy shelter efficiently, the housing department recommends procurement of a third-party service provider to administer housing assistance on a temporary basis for those living unsheltered in Oxnard. Staff proposes to budget the City Council allocated COVID funds of $350,000 as follows. We would use $245,000 for temporary housing costs, $10,000 for administrative costs, $20,000 for a flex fund, including moving expenses, repairs, and etc., $75,000 for clearing and debris removal, and $45,000 for compatible city expenses, including but not limited to the Oxnard Police Department, the Community Development Department, Public Works, the Housing Authority, City Attorney, Fire, and Community Services. Staff recommends that City Council receive and approve a plan to respond to an existing encampment near RM Beach and authorize the city manager to procure and contract third party to administer temporary housing assistance to effectuate the objectives of the Encampment Response Project Plan. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions.